Hi there, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ernest Chooks. In this video, I'm going to show you around cPanel. So if you have been following my YouTube channel, you can see some of my videos where I get to install PHP scripts from the cPanel. So if you're gonna be using WordPress, I don't think you need this video. If you are going to be installing PHP scripts, so you need to stick to the end of this video as I show you around the cPanel and all the resources that you need to know. You understand what I'm saying? So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any question also in between this video, leave it for me in the comment section below. And finally, if you're new to my YouTube channel and you're interested in what I do, you're interested in my content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also turn on the notification so you get notified whenever I post a new video. So with no further ado, let's get started into this video. Now, before you can get to cPanel like this, you will need a hosting plan. You need to buy a hosting plan from any web hosting platform. So, but for these, I hosted it with Namecheap. You can see this exclusive for Namecheap customers alone. So this means that I hosted this cPanel with Namecheap. So this might also look similar to cPanel from other web hosting platforms as well. And the very first thing I'm going to teach you is the style. Do you understand? You might, log into your cPanel and it might look a bit different from the way mine is looking right now. So I'm going to teach you this. Every other web hosting platform has their own default cPanel style. So for you to change the style, maybe you want to change the style, maybe yours is not looking exactly like my own, or you like my own as well. I like this style very much. I like this style. No matter the web hosting platform I use, I always change the style to this. I like this style a lot. So if you want to use this style, just click on your username right here, click on it, and you will see change style from here. So if I go to that change style, you'll see some different styles that are available. You can see this is the glass style right here. Some web hosting companies use this as their default, but for Namecheap uses this basic style right here as their default, and you can as well change any of these. You can see that. So if I need this glass style right here, I just click on apply and it will be applied to my cPanel. If you still scroll down a bit, you can choose from dark to light. So if you need your cPanel to be a dark theme, you can just apply this and then it will be applied. But for now, I'm using the lights. I think I like the light a lot more than the dark. So you can also see this retro theme right here. Some hosting platforms also use this theme over here. So that's that with style. Maybe you logged into cPanel and your style is looking different, so you know that you simply need to go to your username right here, click on it, and you go to change style. So that's that. I'm going to click on cPanel to go back to the cPanel home. Also, now moving down, this widget right here is a special or exclusive to Namecheap customers alone. So if you're not a Namecheap customer, if you didn't buy your hosting account from Namecheap, you are not going to see this. You're not going to see this. As you can see, this is the Namecheap SSL. This is the positive SSL. So whenever you purchase a hosting account from Namecheap, they will give you the positive SSL for free, for free. So this section right here is exclusive to Namecheap customers alone. Some other web hosting platforms has their own exclusive section where you can see some tools they offer to you as your customer. So that is that. Moving down, you see the software clause app installer section. Now here you can install softwares on your website. Maybe WordPress, Joomla, whatever, PHP, SMF, WHMCS. Sorry about that. You can install many other softwares to your website. You can see that, all the content management systems and all that. So that is that. So if you want to install WordPress, you're just going to click on WordPress right here and go over to the WordPress installation page. Now moving down, you're going to see this. So I'm going to be mentioning the actual resources that you'll be needing if you have to install a PHP script. So number one is this file manager. This is very essential if you are going to be installing a PHP script. Yes, you either use this file manager or you use the FTP account, but the file manager, I find it to be a lot more simpler. I don't know, some people use FTP as well, yes, but I find this file manager to be a lot more simpler. So the very first thing is going to be this file manager. So I'm just going to open it from the file manager. You will see all your add-on domains, or your subdomains, or your main domain also as well. So you can see the subdomains right here, and you can see the add-on domains as well. Now every subdomain starts with the name of the subdomain dot the domain name dot whatever extension it is. So you can see all the add-on domains I have in my account right here, and then I'm just going to click on okay. So right here is the file manager. You can see in your own case, if it's a newly hosted website, you can see you will only have some few folders and paths right here. But for this account, I have many websites, I have many add-on domains as well. So you're just going to go to public_html. Now if you're going to be installing a PHP script, you are going to be doing that inside your public_html. Now this public_html is the root of your website. Now any other thing you install here is going to display on your website. Now if you want to install another script, maybe you want to install, maybe you have an installation, like right here I have a WordPress installation in the root of my website. So my website uses WordPress. That is what it means. You can see all these WP files right here. You can see WP folders as well. So that means I have a WordPress installation right here at the root of my website. So if you go to my domain name, you can see this nschuckstech.com. You're going to see the WordPress installation. Now if you need to test out any other script, or maybe any other function or whatever, just click here to create a folder, and you can install the script inside the folder, and you can test that out, and later on you can delete that, or maybe you also leave it. I don't know, the choice is yours. Okay, if you want to upload something from the file manager, you're obviously going to click on this upload right here, and you're going to select the file from your computer and then upload it. So if you need to create a folder, you're going to be clicking here. If you need to create a file, you're going to be clicking here, and you also give them the name and extensions of the files as well. So that is that. If you want to display a dot file, that is what we call a dot file, a file that the name starts with a dot. So you're going to go to these settings right here, and you can see have this checked, show hidden files. You should have this checked right here. So if you have this checked, that means every other file that starts with a dot is going to show up here. You can see I have some files that started with dots. You can see this .hcflag, .htss, .htss.pk, and whatever. So if you don't have this setting turned on right here, you won't see all the dot files. Okay, that is that. I'm going to go back to the cPanel, and let's continue with this video. So in this section, this is going to be the most important option right here. In this file section, this file manager is going to be the most important and most visited option right here. So we move on to the most important option. As also from the email section, you can see the email account right here. So for every website you do, you're going to be needing an email account. If you need to get responses from users, or maybe you need to send automated emails, sorry about that, you need to send automated emails, you are going to be needing this email accounts option. So if you click on this email accounts, you're going to see where you can create an email account. Okay, let's just do that quickly. So I'll click on this email account right here, and I'll click create to create new one. Okay, I'm just going to go over to select the domain name right here. So if you have many domain names, click here and select the domain name. I have many domain names, but I actually want to use this NSJukes also, so I'm just going to leave it like that, and then I'll put in the username. I'll say maybe I don't know, tests, whatever. I don't know, yeah, test, or maybe no reply, I don't know, whatever no reply at, and this is going to be no reply at nsjukestech.com. So you're just going to put in a password. Let me just put in a password. Okay, all right, put in a password, and right here if you click on edit settings, or some in some web hosting, you're going to see additional settings or maybe advanced settings as well. So you are going to choose the storage space of the email. You can see that you can increase this or you can decrease this, or you can even make it unlimited by clicking here, but I'll just leave it here, right here. And then okay, automatically create folders, do not automatically create folders, whatever. I'll just leave it here, and I will hit create. Okay, you can choose to save the password or not, that's your choice. So I'm just going to scroll and look at the email. You can see no reply. You can see the email right here, no reply at nsjukestech.com. So if you click here, you're going to go over to the email section. Okay, let me just click there, and another tab has opened, and then the webmail login is loading, but it's going to log me in directly. Now for the very first time you are logging into a webmail, you have to choose the the clients you want to be using, maybe the hot or maybe the round cube. I like the round cube a lot. If you like the hot, just click on the hot right here, but for me I'll go with the round cube, and then I'm going to be clicking this checkbox right here so that I won't get to see this window each and every time I log into my webmail account. So I'll just click here, and then I will click open. Now the email is going to open up, and then we can see all the functions of the email. So I'm not going to go through the functions of the email account right here. You can see the configuration email automatically sent because we marked the checkbox when we are creating the email. So that's that, guys, with the webmail. You can go through this on your own later on. You can go through this. So that is how you can log into the webmail. But another way you can log into the webmail, apart from clicking check mail from here, another way you can log into the webmail is if you go to your domain name.com or whatever it is, and then you add a colon sign and then 2096. You can see that right here. Or if this is too hard for you to remember, you can go to your domain name.com or whatever it is /webmail. No, /webmail. And then it will load up the login page. Now the next thing is for you to put in the email address that appears here, or the email address that you created, and then the password you created while creating the email address, and then it will log you into your email address. Now next thing we have to see here, click on manage, and this will bring up the the email management options, like if you want to change the email password here, or if you want to increase the storage here also, you can do that. If you want to suspend the email as well, you can do that. But I'm gonna go back and show you the last option right here. Let's look at the email. Okay, here is the email right here. So if you click on connect devices, so if you're installing a PHP script, you're going to be needing this section, connect devices. So after creating your email, you are going to be provided with the SMTP settings, and here are the SMTP settings. You can see the username. This is the email address you created, and you can see the outgoing. You are going to be needing the outgoing server because you need to be sending from the email. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you need maybe your website to send automated emails, maybe when someone creates an account on your website, you are going to be needing the outgoing server. So you can see the outgoing server host right here. This is the host. Some of the web hosting platforms, their host will start with a mail prefix. So mail dot whatever is your domain name, or whatever .com, or whatever is the extension. You understand what I'm saying? So that is that, guys. And you're also going to be needing the password, and also this SMTP port is always 465. And then the secure settings, you either use TLS or you use SSL, whichever one works with this setting. So if you are setting your email configuration in any script at all that you are using, make sure this information here is correct, with also the email password. You get that? So I'm just going to click this cPanel home to go back to cPanel, and let's continue with the video. So going down also from the email section right here, so this is the option you're going to be needing most often, so you can as well check out the rest of the options. Okay, let's go ahead down the databases. You can see the phpMyAdmin. You're going to be needing some bunch of options right here. This phpMyAdmin, you're definitely going to be needing it if you're installing a PHP script, because most times you will need to install an SQL file. Do you understand? Most times you're going to be needing to install or to import an SQL file to the database, and you're going to be doing that from the phpMyAdmin. Now, for you to create a database and also a database user, and then connect the database with the database user and also grant privileges, you're going to be needing this MySQL database. But there is one more option that makes this very simple, because if you're going to go with this MySQL databases, it's kind of a manual something. You have to manually create the database user, you have to manually create the database itself, and you have to manually select the database user and select the database, and also connect the two and grant privileges. You have to do that manually. So that gives birth to the MySQL database wizard. So with this MySQL database wizard, is very easy for you. So once you click here, once you click the MySQL database user, it's going to bring up, you can see in steps, I think in three steps, you end up creating a database user, and then connect the database to the database user and also grant permissions. So the step one is for you to create a database. I'm just going to create this database, and then you can see how simple it is. Now I've created that database, and I'm also going to, you can see step 2, create database user. This is not how it is if you're going with the previous option, MySQL databases. You understand? So I'm just going to give it the same name as the database, and then put in a password. Okay, oh, my password, the strength is very, very low. Okay, I'm going to give it a password. I don't really need these, but I guess I have to do that. Give it a password, and then give it a password also. Okay, all right, then click on create user right here, and then you can see the step 3 is for you to grant privileges. So just click here, all privileges, and click make changes. And with that done, just step 1, 2, and 3, you have done everything. So if I go back to the cPanel right here, you can see I've already created the database user, granted privileges and all that, just in 3 steps. But if you're doing that with the MySQL databases, you have to do that manually. So most often you are going to be using this MySQL database wizard. So the next thing is the phpMyAdmin. So if I open the phpMyAdmin, it's going to open the databases, or the databases that I have. So I'm going to teach you how to use this phpMyAdmin to import an SQL file. Do you understand what I'm saying? So hang on, let's go. So I'm going to locate the database we just created. You can see the DBase database we just created right now. So if I just click on it to open, you'll see that the database is actually empty. You can see that no tables found in database. You can see that. So it's actually very empty. Now, most times you are installing an SQL file, you're going to go to import right here. So when you go over to import, you can see the choose file option. So if you click on choose file, you're going to choose the file from your system, from your laptop, or whatever kind of computer you're using. Choose the SQL file, and the file will appear here. The name of the file is going to appear here. Then click on go for you to import the file. It will take about from few seconds for the SQL file to be imported, depending on how fast your connection is. So I'll just click on cPanel to go back also, and then let's go ahead, guys. So keep going down. Now we are through with this databases section with the most options that you will be needing if you are installing a PHP script. Now this domains part is actually very important. Now you can see all the domains you have here. From here, just click here, you see all the domains. Now for you to, some web hosting, they have some plans that, yeah, you can host maybe 2 websites, 2 domains in a hosting plan, or maybe 3 domains in a hosting plan, or maybe unlimited domains, you understand? So you can do that from here. Okay, let me just click here, this add-on domain. So when you buy the domain name from your domain name provider, you can now make sure that it is the same provider from the web hosting account that you bought it from. So you're just going to put in the domain name right here. When you put in the domain name right here, press the tab button on your keyboard, and all these other fields will be filled up. Now what it means is that the domain name is going to be using the resources from the hosting account that already exists. So that is what you can do with this option, guys, the add-on domains. So I'm going to click here to go back. Also, let's continue with the other options. Now if I still scroll to the domains section, you can see the subdomain. So if you create a subdomain, the address to the URL to the subdomain is going to be the name of the subdomain .your domain name.com or .net or whatever extension it is. So if you click this subdomain right here, and then you enter the name for the subdomain, and then I have many domains right here. That's why you can see this choose a domain, but for now I'm going to do this with this option right here. So I'll just say test. So the name of the subdomain is going to be tests, and okay, you can see once I click outside, the rest of the fields will be filled up for me. So the path to the subdomain is going to be test.nsjukestech.com. So if I click on create now, you will notice that it will be added to the subdomains I have here. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just click on the cPanel details to go back to the cPanel page. Okay, forging ahead, guys, that is the most options that we are going to be visiting from right here. Okay, we also have the redirect. So I will quickly open the redirect and show you how it works. You can see the redirect. The type is permanent redirection. If you don't need the permanent redirection, just go with the temporary right here, and you can choose the HTTPS or whatever you need. Then from here, then you can choose the domain name you want to add the redirection to right here. So let's say I want it to with this domain name right here. I want when anybody visits my domain name.com, my nsjukestech.com /test, I want when anybody visits this URL, my domain name.com /test, it will redirect them to I'll put in the domain name. It will redirect them to jukestech.com. Do you understand what I mean? So when anybody visits this website right here, this link right here, nsjukestech /test or / whatever, it should take them to this page. Do you understand what that means? So that is what redirect means. So you can actually do this with any other stuff. Okay, moving ahead, guys, the next one, we have the security right here. So if you need to be installing SSL in some web hosting platforms, if you host your website with them, they will have the Let's Encrypt SSL. That's actually usually free, you understand? So if you want to use it, you will see it right here from the security section. You will see the Let's Encrypt right here. Now the IP blocker is a very interesting thing I want to show you. So click on the IP blocker and let's look into it. Now sometimes you have some maybe spam comments on your website, maybe even a WordPress website, or also PHP website also. You will see maybe spam users sign up to your website maybe many times, 1,000 times or whatever. maybe a spam comments, spam likes, and spam emails or whatever. Now all those are coming from a bot that you need to block the IP address. Now if you look at all the users or maybe all the spam content comments or whatever, you will notice that they are coming from a particular IP address or maybe one or two IP addresses. So you're just gonna copy the IP address, paste it right here, and click this add button. Doing that, you successfully block the IP from accessing your website, so all the spam attacks will stop immediately. So I'll click on cPanel also to go back to the cPanel home, and let's go ahead. We are here at the security. We have discussed the IP blocker also, so go ahead to look at each and every one of them. Now moving forward to the metrics, we don't really have much to do right here. If you are installing a PHP script, you don't really have much to do right here. You do this if you're using a WordPress website or whatever, but we don't really have much to do here. So you can actually check your bandwidth, what your bandwidth is remaining and all that. If you're buying a hosting account, you'll be told a particular bandwidth for a particular plan, you understand? So you can actually check here to see what your bandwidth is remaining at the moment. Now moving forward, you can see the software that you have available on your now moving forward to the software section right here, you can see this is the most important section right here. If you are going to be installing PHP scripts, this is the most important option right here. So if I click this select PHP version, and it's going to enable me to select a PHP version. Some of the scripts, they have a particular PHP version they work with. So whichever script you buy, there will be a readme file. You'll be told, okay, use this PHP version to run this script. So whenever you have a different PHP version and you're running the script, maybe let's say you have PHP 8.1 activated on your cPanel and you're running a script that should use PHP 7.4, the website will break. There will be some abnormal functionalities happening on your website. So you just need to go to the select PHP version and then come over here and select the actual version that the script is being built on. So after that, let me just say I select 7.3 right here. Next thing, I need to click apply for me to make the version 7.3 the current version that the website is using at the moment. You can see all the modules that 7.3 comes with. You can see all the modules. You can also click on any of them to add the module as well. Okay, that's that. Let's just go back to the cPanel. And then moving ahead, let's go back to the software section right here. Moving ahead, if you do not see the select PHP version, you probably see multi PHP manager. So both does the same work. So you are probably gonna see multi PHP manager depending on the hosting platform that you use. You understand what I'm saying? So peradventure you didn't see this select PHP version, don't panic. Look for in this software section as well, look for multi PHP manager. Open it up and then you see where to select your PHP version as well. Okay, moving down to the advanced section right here, you can see some other options, and then the most interesting option I'm going to show you right here is the cron jobs. It's a cron jobs. Let me just open up the cron jobs section and let's see what it's all about. So this cron jobs, you're going to be needing it if you are running a website that needs to be refreshed often and on. For example, you're running a Bitcoin investment or crypto investment script on your website, and then it needs to be, investment need to maybe to be dropping hourly or maybe to be dropping daily or weekly or whatever as you set it to be. You need the cron command to be refreshing your website often and on, depending on how you set it right here. So from here you can choose, refresh my website once per minute, refresh my website twice per hour, once per hour. You can just choose any of these. You can see this means refresh my website once per 5 minutes because of this 5 that is here. You can see that. So if I just select this right here, the rest of the options will be selected for me. So this is once every 5 minutes. So once every 5 minutes my website is going to be refreshed, so that new development will happen on the ground. Do you understand? So that is that. If you're going to be running a website that needs to be refreshed often and on, so you're going to be doing this, and each and every script that uses the cron jobs has their cron command. So you are definitely going to see their cron command. All you have to do is copy the cron command, paste it right here, and click add new cron job, and your cron job will be set up. So I'm going to click the cPanel to go back to the cPanel home, and let's continue to the next interesting option. Now the preferences, there is really nothing serious going on here. If you want to change the language of your cPanel, maybe you don't speak English is not your first language, you can click here to change the language. Maybe your security, your cPanel has been compromised, you can click the password and security to change your cPanel details and all that. So guys, that's all I have for you in this video. If you actually learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comment in between this video, leave it for me in the comment section below. Finally, if you're new to my YouTube channel and you like what I do, you like my kind of content, please consider hitting the subscribe button and also turn on the notification so you get notified whenever I upload a new video like this. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.